Okay, good morning, Kerbinauts. I wanted to record a video of the current bug that I'm experiencing with the ridiculous changing trajectory once I leave Duna's SOI. So you can see here, here's Kerbin, right? I've plotted an encounter, right? That'll take 927 delta V. Hopefully that 1,000 will leave me enough with arrow capturing to, at least get into orbit of Kerbin and eventually land. 52,000 meters, right? 52 kilometers. That's well within the atmosphere of Kerbin. Because there's no atmospheric reentry effects, I'm not worried about burning up coming in at, 5,000 kilometers a second at this point, right? So I'm not really concerned. I don't have to worry about that. But what I want to show you is that once I end up leaving Duna's SOI, the trajectory just changes radically. So we'll go back here, right? We'll zoom right back on out and we'll focus on the craft, right? Duna 6. You can see I have the trajectory plotted, and you can see here, right? It'll exit Duna's SOI and it'll do this funky loop, and then once, assuming we don't change anything, right? Assuming we don't capture anything, this is what the end will be. So what we're going to do is we are going to and I'm going to make sure, right, infinite propellant and electricity are off. I always want to make sure of that before I do any burns, because I want to know that I'm not screwing up and I'm not, taking advantage of a cheat or something, right? So then we warp to the maneuver. Now, I'm not going to get this exactly right, okay? I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, I'm not going to, get perfect on this. I want to focus in on the one, right? Because I want everyone to see here, if I set the target, the transfer window, everything comes up beautifully, okay? Focus in on Ike, and this is one thing that's a real pain in the behind. We don't have the ability to cycle between objects. Focus there, one, and burn, turn on RCS, do that. Okay. So we're burning, clear the apoapsis, the apogee marker. And here you go. You can see the burn is, let's see, 2201, 20, right? And then I'm going to end up stopping this burn early because for some reason, whenever I plot a burn, the timer doesn't work perfectly. And there we go. See, I have right, and the burn is not accurate, right? I still have 1.9 kilometers, 1,955 kilometers. That's pretty decent, right? I'm not going to argue with that. But now, watch this. Get rid of the maneuver node controller, and we will time warp. I'll turn off RCS. I don't need to burn all my monopropellant, right? Now see, here you go. It's going to be interesting. And we get to the SOI. Now look at this. Look where the SOI marker is, and look where the orbit is. That shouldn't happen. These should be perfectly lined up with the dotted line in between them. And there's a dotted line after I'm well past it. And exit Duna's SOI. And we are nowhere near Kerbin. The SOI has, the orbit has completely changed. I burned all of that fuel and I'm nowhere near getting to Kerbin. That's a bug. That needs to be fixed. You can't plot courses from one celestial body to the next if when you plot one and burn, it changes your trajectory. That, simply put, needs to be fixed.